There is a record, but
Okay.
yes,
All right. Okay.
got it.
What is your full name? Please tell me your full name.
Prabha Jagdish Trivedi
Okay. Yeah.
and
But what
daughter of Surendra
what was
Pathak
your
ji.
what? Oh, okay. All right. So all right. So when were you born?
Oh, I was born in on July 12th, 1940 in
And
Kathor district, Surat.
okay, I see. Uh-huh. And how old was your mom and father when you were
My,
born?
oh, my mother was 40 years old and my father was 47.
Okay. And so then tell me a little bit about your entire family. How many brothers and sisters and
Don't ask this.
just in
Oh,
short
I do.
summary.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I had uh, six sisters. We were six sisters. I had five brothers and five sisters, and I am number 11.
okay, I see. Uh-huh. Okay. And so then what are your memories of the first memories that you remember from a small town called Kotor?
Oh, lot of memory. See,
Yeah.
we used to. There was a little town, and we were living exactly opposite the high school when we were staying there. And there was a big building, house, uh, rented house, but big house,
Mm,
opposite my high school. High school
mm,
was hardly half a mile away, not even half a mile, quarter of a mile. Not that
mhm,
we can see the building of this high school from our
mm,
house.
mhm,
Okay, we just can run there in 5 minutes. That
mhm,
much distance we had.
mhm,
But my Gujarati school, my primary school, that
mhm,
was little further. It was in other side of the town, and
mhm,
there were two primary school, one for boys and one for girls.
uh-huh,
And I studied there for uh, three standard, and after
mhm,
that I moved to, because I took some exam or something, and so I was promoted, and I was in fifth grade in
mhm,
high school, and fifth grade started from high school.
mhm,
Then after that, me and my sister used to go to this elementary school or primary school, whatever you can say. And it was a very small town. There was a little market and shopping center and all these things at the other end of this town. And we were living near this high school. And
mhm,
after that, there was opposite the Gujarati school, that
mhm,
elementary school. We had a little medical doctor's office, and
mhm,
there it was a primary basic center, and there if somebody gets sick or something, then they go there and take medicine and things like that.
mhm,
That was my first memory.
mhm,
I used to go to, if I have a cough or something, then my mom would take us to the doctor, and
mhm,
doctor would ask a question. And I was a very rogue child.
mhm.
I would, doctor would ask me, "What's your name?" And then I would say, "My name is Prabha Pathak ji, Prabha Surendra Pathak ji." So he would just make fun of me. Pathak, do thug. So I used to tell him, "No, a quarter and a five thug, not pathak or do thug.
Yeah, I
No
see.
apart."
Okay,
So
I see.
I and a quarter. So he he used to tell my mother, સુમતિ બેન તમારી આ દીકરી ઉસ્તાદ છે, બદમાશ થશે એમ કહેતા હતા.
I see. I see. Okay. And
My impression was not good.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
As
No,
a
you were
child.
okay. Good. So,
As
how
a
many
girl.
people? How many? Let me ask you this, Prabhu. How many people were staying in the house because you had a large family and everybody had left
Oh,
by the time?
no. But when I grew up and when I remember, I had only 2 brothers and 3 sisters in the house.
So,
All the other
oh,
they were living in Surat and they were going to college and things. They were
I see.
living
So,
with my older
uh-huh,
brother who was in Surat. He was
so,
the older brother Yogi Bhai was
mhm,
actually he was a lawyer and he was working there in Surat.
mhm,
And all my other brothers, Viru Bhai, Duji Bhai, Virendra Pathakji, Vijendra Pathakji, Jyotindra Pathakji, all 3 brothers, they were
mhm,
going to college. So they were
mhm,
staying in Surat and they
mhm,
had rented a room, special room for these older kids because my brother's house was only 2 rooms. And
mhm,
that time, I think during that time, after a while, he got married. So he had a wife
mhm,
and Sarika Babi.
mhm. I
So
see.
naturally, nobody can live with so many people. So
Mhm,
they would come here for tea and dinner,
mhm.
and then they will sleep and live in that house,
I
third
see.
floor of Hindu Ben.
Mhm,
Hindu Ben was the lady who was a landlord lady and
mhm.
she was a
Okay.
widow from
Yeah.
our community.
So, okay. Yeah. All right. And now here. Okay. So now, so there were only 4 or 5 people staying in the house then. Okay.
Yeah,
So
at that time when I grew up,
I see. Okay. And were you close to your sister or your brothers? Who were you close to?
we were all close together that
Uh-huh.
time because
All right.
I was close to Viru Kaka, Kasu Kaka, Dimati Foi, Rama.
I see. So
But
the
Rama, with Rama, I had a very big rivalry. If she would say anything, I would fight back. I don't know.
I
We
see.
had a real
Oh,
tug of war.
oh, sisterly rivalry.
No,
So
but she was hardly 2 years older than me, so I
I
didn't
see.
think that she's
Okay.
too
So
old for me.
right. So what were the now this was during the war that you were born. So did you have hardship with
Oh, terrible
getting
hardship.
food? Yeah. So tell
Uh,
us a little bit about it.
oh,
How?
hardship is terrible. See, I remember that. See, we used to have millet was lot better than gaum.
That
These were
we
hard.
yeah we call it wheat. We call it wheat in English.
Oh, yeah, wheat flour, red and terrible uh, taste flour. We didn't like that bread. So
Mhm,
my mother used to make us sometimes. So she would mix up this jowar and the millet and gaum, wheat flour. So
uh,
she would mix up that and then she would make roti bread.
I see.
So that would taste little better than
Mhm,
merely
yeah,
wheat flour.
I see. Okay. So
And
now
not only
I
that, but sugar was not available.
oh okay.
So
So
there was a real hardship of hardly uh, 1 pound sugar for the whole month for one person. So if
mhm,
1 person have, but it would not last long, right?
right. Uh-huh.
But whole month it would not cannot last. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
we used to. I remember that there was some different kind of sugar. It was not tasty at all, but uh, we loved tea, so we used to put that
Mhm.
in our tea instead of sugar.
So so
Uh,
even as a kid you were allowed to drink tea?
yeah, after 8 or 9 years old, you were allowed to drink.
Uh-huh. So then did you have electricity when you as soon as you were born?
No, not in the beginning. See, after I became 5 or 6 years old, then we had uh, electricity.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
yeah, in 1947, when Gandhiji was killed,
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
time uh, electricity was there. You know why? Because
Mm-hmm.
remember that uh, this way that Gandhiji was killed and murdered in Delhi, but
Mm-hmm.
we were able to hear that news about Gandhiji's murder in Kathor. It
Uh-huh.
was on the radio.
Oh, I see. So you had radio. Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
that's how we had the radio, and we heard the news. And we
Okay.
were
And
listening the commentary and all this. I didn't
uh,
understand much in English, but Gandhiji, we used to, because Gandhiji was a respected person, so we were interested in that, especially my father and all these people, being a
mhm,
teacher and being always a news
mhm,
junkie. He loved to hear all these news and keep in touch. And in the morning we used to have a newspaper, Gujarat
mhm,
Mitra. We didn't have any English newspaper. Okay, we had a Gujarat Mitra.
mhm,
And Gujarat Mitra was this newspaper that we used to read. I had read that news, many news,
mhm,
interesting about our family. Remember the gossip and this defamation and all this stuff that had happened
mhm.
in the family.
Okay. All right. And
So,
what was the first trip that you took out of Kathor? When did you
uh,
first leave Kathor for
uh,
any vacation or trip or religious?
no vacation, nothing doing.
No, but
In the
like for
vacation, we
example,
used
like
to,
what they call
we
what they
used to
call
make party.
yatra or religious
Okay,
festivities or anywhere.
I had gone on one yatra near Bharuch. It is called Taurani Yatra, something.
Uh-huh.
Me and
Oh.
only two of us had gone there. And it was hot and terrible.
Mhm,
Even with chappals and all these things, it was hard to walk because it was sand. And
mhm.
I still remember after when I came home, my face had become real red. So they used to call me red face monkey.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
So there was, yeah.
Teased
So
me
you
like
you were you were sunburned basically. So you were
so much
sunburned.
sunburn. Then there was no idea about this sun uh,
Sunscreen lotion or
cream
yes,
or
and no lotions
sunscreen or
were
anything.
available. I
So
okay.
it is
So
terrible.
so
I
okay.
still
So
remember, and
uh,
it burn if you become red.
I
Wash
see.
your
Okay.
face. Oh boy!
Yeah. So that's
That's
yeah.
the
That's
only trip I took. After
yeah.
that, I said that I am not going to go to any place where I can get sunburn.
Okay. So who taught you English first at the English alphabet? Who and English writing and reading? Who taught you that?
Oh, I think that my uh, sister or brother, either of the one taught me. How I don't know. But then in fifth grade, when we went there, then I was able to write words because
I
I
see.
knew the ABCD.
So you were already you had an advantage compared to other children.
Yeah, because I had older brothers and sisters, so
Uh-huh.
especially they used to read and write in English, so I was interested, so they taught us this ABCD and all.
Mhm.
So I
So
knew ABCD.
okay, do you remember any girls from your school, from high
Oh yes,
school?
મારી જોડે એક શોભના કરીને એક છોકરી હતી.
I see a girl named Shobna. I see. Uh-huh.
શોભના
And
એ છે તે એના ફાધર કઈ આપણે છે તે પશુઓનો ડોક્ટર હોય ને કે એવો કઈક ડોક્ટર હતો.
so her father was a veterinarian. Her father
He
was a veterinarian.
was veterinarian. Not only that, but she was also Brahmin, and I am also Brahmin. Otherwise, mostly all the girls were from low class. But there is one girl I remember. I still remember. Her name was Mangi,
I see. Uh-huh.
and she is from Dubra community,
I see. Oh, so-called
the low
untouchable.
community, the
I
low
see.
caste.
I see.
But
Uh-huh.
she had wonderful handwriting.
I see. Uh-huh.
She was
Okay.
a very she used to come with a half the what is it, play old times very poor dress, but
Uh-huh.
she didn't have frock or anything. But still, she would have a little blouse and little cover up.
Uh-huh. A sari, a piece of sari, small sari.
Yeah, but she was a very smart girl, and she was very good handwriting, and she was really nice.
Mhm.
I liked her, and I became friend. People even used to make fun of me that Prabhata Mangini Benpani.
Oh my goodness. Upper class, lower class.
Upper class, lower class, whatever. But she was a very nice person. I still remember her. May God bless her wherever she is.
I see. Okay. All right. So, and then at what year did you?
I always used to get number one.
Oh, you were number one. I see. So you were, and how many girls were in the class on an average?
More than 25.
So it was a big class.
A
Okay.
big class.
I see,
Gujarati school motive. When I went to high school, there were only 10 girls and 25 boys.
I see. So it was a mixed class. High school was mixed.
High school was mixed.
Education. I see. Okay, good. And so
we had a co-education.
I see. So did you get along with the boys, or did they bother you?
Nobody used to talk to boys, and boys
Oh,
didn't
really?
talk to us.
I see. Okay. So then
Because see, we used to sit on separate benches.
I see.
Teachers was there, so we didn't have to communicate with boys.
I see. So it was just you were just physically present, but you are not like playing together or nothing like.
And even when there is a PT, PT, the physical training, athletic, play.
Athletics, yeah, I see.
The games, the 2 or 3 classes will be together, and then the girls are on the one side and boys will
I see. So it was like two sexes were kept separate. I see. I see.
We didn't have communication with them.
So what were your favorite subjects when you were in school?
My favorite subject was mathematics, which I didn't pass. Afterwards, I lost. See, in the beginning I was getting good grades. Then I lost interest.
I see.
Because you see, then I learned English and Gujarati language. So in I got more interested in reading language.
I see.
I remember that when I was in third grade, I had there are different lessons and stories and poetry and all these things were there, right? So I love to read those things instead of doing mathematics.
I see. Oh, I can understand. Yeah, I think I understand. So, but it's every human being is different. So
stories are more interesting.
Okay, so all right. Was there any communal violence between the Hindus and the Muslims or anything?
No, not at least when I grew up, it was not that way.
Okay, so did you?
It was a small town, and we used to live in a place where mostly there were Hindus. Only there was 1 or 2 Muslim families all the way far behind.
Okay, all right.
And those boys were students of my father. So we had a good relation.
Oh, so we had good relations. So when was the first time you traveled to Surat or outside Gujarat?
I was 10 years old when I traveled to when I traveled Surat. And then
so how did you travel? Were there train service? Did you travel by train or bus or
bus? That time I traveled by bus.
I see. Okay, good.
And then after that, my father retired. I was hardly 7 years old. 1957, my father retired.
I'm sorry, which year?
1957.
No, it can't be 57 because you said, because you would be 17 years old. So the numbers are wrong.
47, sorry.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was saying.
47.
Yeah, 47. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
47, my father, 52, my father retired.
I see.
So I was 10 years, and then my father went to Disa.
I see. So did you go to Disa with him?
Yeah, not only I went to Disa, me, Rama, we were only 3 people had gone because Dimati Ben was already married.
I see.
And Kasu Kaka was studying in agriculture college.
I see. Okay.
Rama Masi, myself, Bhai and Ba.
Okay, so there are only 4 people in Disa. Okay.
We were only 4 people. And then by that time, Viru Kaka passed his BA. and he got a job in Disa High School.
I see. Okay. Oh, wow. That
He was
was
hardly
lucky.
18 years,
Uh-huh.
18, 19.
I
And
see.
that's the age he got a job as a teacher because he
I
was
see.
already college graduate, BA.
Mhm,
So then what happened that my grandfather passed away in
mhm,
52.
mhm,
So when he passed away, my father came to Surat,
mhm,
funeral and all this stuff.
mhm.
Then he never came back,
I
my
see.
father.
So,
But my mother and father and Ramamasi,
mhm,
Ramapoi, those three people went to Surat.
mhm,
But my exams were coming, so I said, no, I am not going. I am not coming.
mhm,
Surat, forget it. I
mhm,
have to do my study. So I stayed in Disa,
mhm.
Virukaka.
Oh, I see. Okay. You stayed with the older brother. Good, good. So I see.
And
Uh-huh.
then I finished my study and then I came to Surat.
No, so did you graduate high school from DISA or
No. Only up to 8th grade.
oh so you're just only for a couple of years, uh-huh.
Yeah, only
So
1 year,
I
1 or
see.
2 years at the most.
Okay. So what are your memories of DISA? Tell me what is DISA?
It was really nothing but all sand and hot, really
Mhm,
hot weather. And there was only one product, and that is potatoes.
mhm,
People love potatoes. They are so cheap. Everybody, every day, whenever you ask them what the vegetables you have made, then they will say potato.
mhm,
So potato was the most. And there was a office on uh, potato office on our in our house upstairs.
mhm,
So
mhm,
people will come and go, and they will have some business, this, that, dealing, and all these things.
mhm,
They were staying there, and
mhm.
then when my mother was there for a few months, then actually Kaumudi came to stay with us.
I see, uh-huh. And who is Kaumudi?
Kaumudi is my sister's daughter, my
Mhm.
oldest sister's daughter.
I see. And
Kaumudi is my niece.
why did she come to stay with you?
Because see, she was living, actually they were supposed to stay in Porbandar,
Uh-huh.
but Chikri was a little problem person. So they said we don't want to keep her. So
So,
her two older sisters stayed in Porbandar in
uh-huh.
Ranjit Kaida's institution,
Mhm,
student, and she was not allowed to live there. So then
mhm.
her uncle had come, then brought her here with him and left to my mother. Take care of your granddaughter. I
I
can't take
see.
her.
I
So
see.
he
Uh-huh.
left her with us.
So,
And so she
and
stayed with us for
I
at least
see.
3 years.
And what is how is Kaumudi younger than you or older than you?
No, I think she's little younger than me. She was, I think, 4, 5 years younger than me.
I see. Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
And then in was Disa ruled by the Maharaja or was it ruled by the British government?
British.
Oh, it was ruled by British. And so
Yeah.
how did
Yeah, I remember the name of my high school was Sir Charles Watson High School.
I see? Okay, so it was so, and how did you people travel from Disa from Kathol to Disa?
Oh, by train.
By train? I see. And so
You have to go from Ahmedabad or no, all the way, yeah, up to Palanpur. Ahmedabad to Palanpur, Palanpur to Disa.
I
I
see.
had to change 2 trains.
I see. Okay, I see. And then, how many total years of high school you had? Was that 10th grade, or 11th grade, or 12th
11,
grade?
11, 11.
11. I see.
See,
So
so in the 8th grade, I came to Surat.
I see.
I took admission in proprietary high school.
I see.
Because see what happened that I did get, we had applied, I came little late. So Ramamasi and myself, Ramapoi and myself, both applied for in girls' school because girls' school is the nearest place from our house. But what happened? The Ramamasi had no good marks, so she didn't get admission.
Oh,
in
she didn't get accepted. I see.
and because the girls' school had a little higher, so-called higher
Standards, yeah. Okay,
standard,
yeah, their requirements were a little higher, so they had a
yeah.
better
And
right.
yeah, they had a better education system or something like that.
Right.
And Ramamasi didn't have that many marks, so I got admission. But then my father and mother said that the Rama has to go to the other school far away. It was little more than a mile away from our house, Preparatory High School.
Right.
So they said that both the girls should go together so they would have company.
I see. Okay, so
arrange
that's
them.
how.
So that's how I went to proprietary. But she was hardly there for 1 or 2 years. I had 4 years to do. Then
I
they
see.
told me that, do you want to change the school? No, I don't. They didn't give permission to Rama, so I am not going to go to school. I
I
didn't
see.
change my high school. I passed through my high school in proprietary high school all the way.
I see. So what year? So did you have to take a high school graduating exam?
No, no high school. It is just that metric.
But
SSC.
so
At that
there
time,
was
they
no.
call secondary high school SSC.
Yeah, but there was no final exam that you had to take, a
And
statewide exam.
you have to take. I remember I had to take that exam.
It's a statewide examination. I
A
see.
statewide examination. That I took it in Nanpara High School.
I see.
There I got the number.
What year would that be?
1951.
1951. So, and then had you met Premlata Pathakji at that time?
Yeah, Babi was there.
I see. Okay, so
Babi
then
and Bharat was also there.
I see. I see. So you are
Baby.
yeah, okay. So you were already okay. So then
She
do you?
got married in 1949.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So then did you have a?
You were there.
So you graduated high school at 11 at 8 when you were 11 years old?
No, I not. After 13. Yeah, because at 16 I was in college.
I see. So okay. So you
So I passed
probably
my matric at 16.
oh you were at 16. So it would be 1956 basically.
Yeah, 56. Yeah,
1956. Okay. So this is so you were in high school for several years, in Surat basically.
Yeah.
So this is okay. So then do you remember about the Indian independence? What are your memories about the Independence Day?
Only thing I remember is this. Even in Surat and even in Kathor. Because we were there up to 51, right? Kathor. So we used to go for Prabhat Ferry, early morning walk, and where we would sing all these different songs for our independence. That we used to sing. And we used to go with that little little flag of India. And then we used to go in the town and sing these patriotic songs.
But did the police or somebody actually bother you?
No, because we were already independent.
I see. Okay, so this was after independence. Yeah. So you did not get any. You were not like beaten up by the police or anything like that.
No, nothing.
Okay, so you didn't throw any stones on British people.
No, I had no chance.
But
one thing I still remember, when Gandhiji died, when Gandhiji was murdered, we were listening the news, and then we had a Smashan Yatra, then a funeral.
His funeral, right? Exactly.
Funeral rites and all this. That time we used to go to Smashan, and then we will sing all the patriotic songs, and then there will be meeting, and they will say how Gandhiji fought back with the British.
So you are learning
independence and all these things. So
I
knew familiar about how the independence we got our independence and how we were under British, and that was not very good.
Mhm.
That is
Okay.
what we were hearing.
I see. So you're learning you're living history basically. So that's what you
Yeah,
were saying, so
few years
okay.
I did
Okay.
it.
So were you okay now some difficult questions, okay.
Oh, boy.
What was your relationship with your father and mother? Were you was there a loving relationship, or were you afraid of your father when you were
No, I
growing
was
up?
not afraid of my father, but we didn't have much contact either.
Mhm.
Whenever if I pass in a good exam and with good grades, then my Pando Beto, so he would be happy, and
Mhm.
so he would praise me. My
Mhm.
Pando Beto, he was just really was very somehow
So
I was very lucky, to be
uh-huh.
honest. One time I got sick.
Mhm.
My father never used to take anybody to movie.
Mhm.
Okay, but since I got sick and I got even when I got sick, after that also I got uh, first number in
Mhm.
my Gujarati school. So
I
he
see.
was so happy that he took me to movie.
Wow. Then so there was enough.
Yeah,
He was affectionate, but not overly affectionate.
yeah. So
So
you see, he would reward if you are intelligent and if you do some good things,
uh,
then he would reward you.
okay, yeah. Were
He
you
had always believed in rewarding and punishing.
yeah, so
That was his philosophy.
was there any spanking by the teachers or your parents?
No, nothing. Nothing
No.
happened to me because I
No,
always used to get good grades and I was
no, no,
very.
I'm talking about other children. Have you seen other children
Yeah,
being
yes,
spanked?
yeah. They
Okay,
were
by the
no. They see they had to they had a cane and they would be they say hold your hand and then they would beat them on the with the
okay, yeah. So that
on.
is, so
But
that
teachers
practice was
even in Gujarati school they used to do. I remember Jagmohan Bat. I mean, છોકરાઓની નિશાળનો એ જગમોહન બાઠિયો જગમોહન દેસાઈ કરીને એક પ્રિન્સિપાલ હતો.
uh-huh. Okay,
Everybody
I think
out of
now
that.
here is the thing. Let me tell you, we are running out of time. So I think, we are coming to the end time. So we should stop at this good point because you have graduated high school and
No, me,
did you
yeah,
tell me if you have any fun memories, the most happy memories that you have before you graduated high school.
not much. No,
Okay. Tell me the most sad memories before you graduated high school. What was the worst thing that you
only
remember?
worst thing that was that my Dadaji passed away and everybody was very sad.
Okay,
That's
so
all I remember.
and were you close to your grandfather?
No, not
No.
me. My
Okay.
father
Yeah.
and mother, and they were
Uh-huh.
very sad. Not
Okay.
me.
Now
Even
next time we
let me tell you something. When my oldest sister died,
uh-huh.
and I was 6, 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
we got a telegram
Mm-hmm.
that my sister has passed away.
And from where? Where was the telegram from?
Africa.
Africa, I see. So they were in Uganda. They were in Uganda. I see. Okay.
Yeah, Uganda.
I see. Uh-huh.
What happened that my mother and father started crying
Uh-huh.
and they were very sad and something. We had to just take bath
Mm-hmm.
for death. And me and Rama both were surprised. We were
Mm-hmm.
hardly 7 years old that
Mm-hmm.
time. So I said, why these people, why Ba and Bhai are crying?
Mm-hmm.
That was my memory of my older sister dying, my
I
own
see. So
sister.
yeah, it was a different
I had never
generation.
seen her. No, I had
Okay.
never seen her or never contacted.
Right, exactly. So
We didn't have her pictures or anything at that
so
time.
okay, all right. So I think we should probably stop at this point,
Okay.
and should do this probably not tomorrow because
Yeah,
it's Premlata Pathakji's 90th birthday,
Kale
and then
birthday, Babini.
yeah. So and then we and also there is some other woman's birthday, Pallavi Dikshit's birthday. Divyak's wife. So we'll continue and we should do another session. This was very good. I'm so glad we are recording this for Vishal
No,
will
I will
enjoy it,
watch it.
so okay, so let's stop recording. I'll stop recording, then it will stop,